Hey, what's happening? Mzansi, welcome back and welcome to some incredible conversation that I'm pretty sure is going to inspire you in more ways than one. Now, when we talk about mental health, I think it's just as vital as physical health, right? And especially for young adults. So today we are joined by Johnston, the CEO of Phytoceutics, as well as Michael Larter. He's a runner, a mental health advocate, and the founder of the Amy Foundation. And all this is happening to discuss the power of movement, the power of resilience, and support in overcoming challenges. Michael, you are not just running, bro, but you're running with purpose. And you've done something incredible all the way to the extent that you started the Amy Howard Foundation. Please talk to me about this inspiration and why you started this foundation, man.
So back in 2017, my girlfriend sadly passed away after struggling with her mental health problems. I struggled with my own problems for years, and then after seeing other runners like Hardest Geezer and hearing about Terry Fox, these amazing runners that have run for a purpose, I was like, why can't I do that? Why can't I try and run and help people? So I started the Amy Howard Foundation, which has the goal of breaking down those financial barriers for mental health, getting therapy. And then I started running for this cause.
And kudos to you, because I think in a day and an age that we live in right now, this is something everybody actually needs and needs access to at that. Laura, why is this so important for you, jumping on this bandwagon and being a part of supporting mental health when it comes to, I think, both adults and teens at the same time?
Yeah, so, up until the age of 25, your brain is still developing. So it's your frontal lobe that's responsible for decision-making, impulse control. So it's quite a difficult time between your teens and young adulthood, and emotions play a big part in rational decision-making, and you are susceptible to mental health challenges. Counseling therapy is incredibly expensive and not accessible to a lot of young people.
Yeah.
So, a foundation like this that supports that is just so important.
I know, and not just in everyday life, because that already brings on so many sets of challenges, but the fact that when you put yourself into an environment like sport or you take on something running, there's this added pressure you put on yourself, the external environment, it really can become too much. But clearly, man, for you when it comes to running, there's nothing too much. I'm looking at the stats here and I'm like, surely there's a typo here. You ran from Cape Town to Namibia in 14 days. That's over 700 kilometers. Surely this is wrong.
That is
Did
correct,
you do this?
Yeah, I ran from Cape Town to Namibia, yeah.
Why?
So we ran 772 Ks from Cape Town to Namibia to raise money for mental health for my charity. It was a very, very tough challenge. We did really well. We raised about 60,000 Rand, and we've helped a lot of people from it. So it's been really, really cool. And the next challenge is to run across the States from LA to New York.
Wow! Firstly, well done. That's absolutely incredible that you're raising those funds and running for a bigger purpose. What was it actually like being in that event? What did the body go through? What did the mind go through?
It was a very, very tough time. End of the day, you've run 55 kilometers and you've got to do it again the next day. So it was really, really tough. Especially on my body, I had knee problems from day 2, which I did not expect. Luckily, they went away by day 5. So you're running on pain, serious pain.
Sure.
And then I had hip issues by the end of it. And I only kind of just recovered from my hip issues. It's been 3 months.
And I would have thought that would take a lot longer after running literally across the entire country. It sometimes takes people years to recover from that, both not only mentally but physically. But I think this is maybe part and parcel because of Laura coming through and helping you when it comes to supplementation and assisting with that recovery. What's that sort of collaboration been like? Have you seen and felt a difference there, Laura? What have you experienced in terms of the assistance you can give in this state, not only in the physical realm, but also mental health too?
There are certain nutritional requirements that you have to maintain while you're running those distances. So that's your basic vitamins and minerals, B vitamins, iron. Michael's really enjoyed the Biomax Magnesium. That's helped with, muscle, nerves, energy metabolism. So that's been key. Then there's things like vitamin D3, important for bone health, especially if you've got issues with your knees and your hips. Curcumin is fantastic for inflammation. Again, when you're putting your body under a lot of stress.
Every day, like this, man.
Totally. So curcumin comes from turmeric. It's that yellow spice, and biocurcumin's got hundreds of studies behind it for its benefits for inflammation. And then for mental health, you know, there's this connection between the gut and the brain, which is incredibly important. So maintaining a good gut environment can assist with neurotransmitters, which, you know, help you maintain your mental health. So Gut is a great example of that.
Yeah, and look, I've jumped on this bandwagon, and when it comes to phytoceutics with regards to things like magnesium, etc., I've felt those benefits, especially not just from an athletic point of view, but just being out here in a space like this that is so demanding. I need that recovery, I need that energy, and it really is ticking that box. But when it comes to mental health, this is something I want to tap into. So Mzansi, I hope you're listening and getting excited, because there's so much more we can do for our bodies. I want to thank both of you again for being a part of this incredible conversation. Michael, especially the work that you've done here, man. Do you have any advice for teens or anyone kind of going through something similar? You've had first-hand experience to see the struggles and what it can do to somebody. What advice do you have maybe for Mzansi and guys out there right now, maybe being a little bit inspired by what you've done?
I'd say reach out. If you're struggling, you know, there's so many people out here that are trying to help. There's foundations in South Africa, and there's, everyone wants to help you. So please reach out, whether it's me, whether it's the Amy Howard Foundation, please get help. We're here for you.
Oh, we are here for you, and I can't thank you both enough once again. And here's a reminder to you, Mzansi, of course, after that conversation, taking care of our mental health is just as important as looking after our bodies. And whether it's through movement, the right nutrition, or maybe seeking support, I think every step counts. So let's keep the conversation going and support those who need it most. And if you are looking for some more inspiration and want to level up, go get some product info and visit Phytoceutics.com. Hope you enjoy the level up, and maybe you can take on the US or Namibia one day, just like Michael.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code EXPRESSO for 15% off at Phytoceutics.com.